And I'm Felix Baby. Together, we are your hosts on Niger Trends.
Niger Trends is an exclusive to the Gallery TV, and here you get to watch us take part on hot and spicy topics that is trending on social media for the week. And you, our viewers, get to join in and share your views with Dex, the want to miss out on this.
Join us every Wednesday as we give you the pleasure of enjoying great entertainment, trending information, heated conversation, all packed in one. Shiva, I can't wait.
No, like baby. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Good afternoon and welcome to Niger Trends this week. And of course, I have my beautiful Elex baby with me, Elex baby Alpha.
I do, Shiba.
And for those of you wondering what's my name, it's Shiba. And I know you enjoyed last week's episode of Niger Trends, and today is a fresh episode of Niger Trends, and we know that you guys are going to enjoy it. Elex baby, how was the weekend?
Well, the week was fine. As you know, last week was my birthday, and then so birthday things now was still flowing and all that. So
Hope you guys go check up the paparazzi on at the Gallery TV on Elex baby's birthday. It was fantastic. Sorry, Elex baby didn't give you guys her cake. Why?
I invited everybody. The reason is sorry, I didn't give them the cake. I see maybe I was one that kept the cake somewhere.
Okay, let's just keep that gist or yet another. She's going to still give us her cake, isn't it? And today's episode is going to be interesting, especially educating. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
sure.
Very educating.
And I can't wait because the person we brought today, it's always so like a teacher. Let me put it that way.
Exactly.
So
So get ready to be schooled today.
No,
They are
not just
going
schooled
back
alone.
to school.
not even just that alone. They should get their barrel
Exactly.
and their book because they need to start jotting some things
they
down.
have a lot of things to jot
Yes.
down, and we know you guys will really enjoy the program today. But let's go on this break, and when we come back, the program still continues. It's Niger Trends, baby.
See you too.
In life, you can never be too sure who to trust. This is the story of Mrs. Ungazi. Mrs. Ungazi just wants to use the ATM.
Good afternoon, Mama. Let me help you out to your withdrawal. You don't need to stress yourself.
Thank you, but I can handle it myself.
The man is just being kind, right? He just wants to help, right? Wrong. All he needs is a good look at the pin. Will he succeed?
Oh, to my IG fans, I say, hey, Mama. Sorry.
Do not share your card PIN with anyone. Keep your account information private and ensure no one is watching you while you enter your PIN. UBA, Africa's global bank.
And if you're just joining in, the program is still Niger
Niger
Trends,
Trends.
and I am Shiva, and Lex Baby is here with us.
Yes, I'm here.
So on today's topic, we'll be talking on Nigerians and our reading culture, right?
Yes.
And then, of course, we're not alone. Like every week, we get to bring to you interesting, intelligent. Wow.
Answer, yeah, that's
Today is handsome. Yesterday, last week was beautiful.
beautiful.
All right. So we have a very intelligent, learned, and we like to use the word articulate guest with us in the house, in the person of Ojewoye Noah Gbenga. He is the CEO and founder, Noah Ark Reading Culture. You're welcome, sir, to the show.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
So
sir.
nice having you today, sir.
Yeah, I'm happy to see you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, first, let's look at what when you say the word reading culture, what on the broad picture, what are we looking at?
When we are talking in terms of reading culture,
Okay.
we are not just only reading book.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, reading goes beyond reading only book.
Yeah.
Just like a scholar rightly said that reading is to the mind, exercise to the body. When we are talking in terms of reading, you are trying to get some messages. It might be in terms of business, environment, it might be in the area of economy, it might be in the area of political. So reading goes beyond academic success. So you can read to develop your brain or to develop your business and so on and so forth. So, when you look at this, in this part of the world, we believe that reading is just only for academic success. So reading goes beyond academic success. You can read to develop yourself. You can read to actualize your potential. You can read to add value to yourself as an individual. So reading cut across every
aspect of life.
life.
Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 100, rate the reading culture of Nigerians.
When we are talking in terms of reading culture in Nigeria, it's very, very low. It's very, very, very low. And that is why some scholar rightly said that if you want to hide anything from an African man, just put it inside book. They might not go there to open it at the end of the day. So, and that is the extent to which we are not imbibe reading culture in our society.
So would you say, what do you think could be the cause of this poor rating in terms of our reading culture?
A lot of factors are responsible for lack of reading culture, especially in Nigeria.
Okay.
You discover that when you look at the economic crunch, the economic crisis in the country, is chasing away so many people from reading their book. Then when you look at then lack of interest, when we are talking in terms of interest, a lot of people, they don't have interest in reading book. But as a nation, a scholar rightly said, and I quote, a reading nation is a leading nation. For us to grow technologically, we need to read. Yes, and book contain fact of life, and it is only reader that can discover those facts. So if you are not a good reader, you might find it difficult to discover some fact of life. There are some fundamental fact of life that it is only reader that can discover them. Yes. Likewise, as we have gold deposit in Osun State, oil deposit in Niger Delta area, there are some academic gold inside book, and it is only reader that can discover those golds and all those minerals. So if somebody is not a good reader, you might find it difficult to discover the academic gold inside the books.
Okay, so what are the factors that you can say impose a drawback on our reading culture? And it's not as those factors, like you mentioned, you said we have some factors that draws back. And so I want you to enlarge this, make it broad for our viewers at home to be able to understand that, okay, these are the things that be drawing them back from reading.
A lot of factors. One of the factors is a lack of enough books. Yes, when you look at our society, you discover that we don't have enough book. Again,
by not enough books, do you mean indigenous writers?
Not indigenous writer. Books were not available for people to read.
Okay.
Yes, I could recollect during Chief Obafemi Awolowo when they introduced this free education program.
Okay.
A lot of free books were given to students.
Okay.
So, and as a result of that, yes, free books were given to them, ranging from science, arts, social science, and so on and so forth. Even though when you get home now, if you don't want to read, you will even be opening it and be checking the diagram. And you are still reading, you are still assimilating something. But when you look at the society today, where are the books? Even though parents are not buying books for the children again. So they prefer to buy just one book. I want to buy English and mathematics. But what happened to other books that you're supposed to buy? So they will just pick one or two. But children need book around them. Adults need book around them. So when you are surrounded with books, you'll be forced to read book at the end of the day.
Okay.
can you let us into more factors? I
More
think
factors,
you've just
yes.
talked
Just talk about not availability of
some
those
books, free books, yes.
and then parents also they
can
don't have
also be
they also a
drawback.
factor.
Yeah.
The political environment is not even encouraging reading culture. You know, if the political environment is okay for people and people are comfortable, they will
when
go.
one is running elter skelter.
Yeah,
for
people
his
are
life,
running
how-
elter skelter for daily means.
Minutes.
And as a result of this now, you know, they won't have time for food. Even though look at the situation we find ourselves as a country, you discover that when you go out in the morning, you might not come back until after 6 o'clock. The hold up is there, and so many other factors that might even delay you coming back home as well.
So probably if your mind is set on
Set.
reading, that's
Not just set. When your mind is set, you have availability of everything that you need. You'll be able to say, okay, now once I'm done, I'm satisfied with today's work. Okay, let me go
Yes.
back to read.
But actually, the point I even wanted to draw from that is if your mind is even set on reading,
Yeah.
that alone, all those hustle and bustle would have even
It can even remove reading culture
reading
from your mind.
And then it
Exactly.
I
helps to ease stress too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So going forward, you know, right now we are in a fast-growing times with the internet and all of that.
Yeah.
So we get a lot of books we read online.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to see the correlation between hard copies and soft
soft
copies.
copies,
Yes.
yeah.
So we at what point do we say, where can we draw that line and say reading hard copies is better or reading soft copies is better? What's your take on that?
It depends on individual difference.
Okay.
It depends on individual difference. The most important thing is to read book. Either you are reading online or you are reading
So
hard.
actually the medium is not really
It's not but the danger on reading online is that there are a lot of distractions
Okay.
when you are reading online. You know, somebody might call you, you want to pick your call, you want to chat with friends. So a lot of distraction in the process of reading online, except you are a disciplined type. If you are a disciplined type, you can still control it. But if somebody is not a disciplined type, you want to do other activities that are coming in the process of you reading, and it might distract you. You might not be able to read to get fact at the end of the day.
Okay, so what are the dangers or effects of our poor reading culture as a country?
A lot of dangers. A lot of danger. One of the danger is that there is responsibility of having an half-baked graduate, a graduate that cannot defend his or her certificate. You know, today we are talking about unemployment. Yes, if you are a good reader, in one of my book, 101 reason why you must read as a student, you must read to create a job for yourself. Yes, you know, if your mind is very, very rich academically, yes, you will be able to develop your talent. You work with your talent. When you work with your talent, and it is only a reader that can work with his or her talent at the end of the day. So if somebody is not a good reader, you might find it difficult to defend what you have even obtained in the school. People can go to school, cram their notes, and come out as a first-class graduate. But do they actually have what it takes to defend what they are holding? And that is the situation we find ourselves today. You know, reading goes beyond, let me just go to school, pass the exam, get grade, and so on and so forth. No, you read to enrich your mind, to activate the potential in you, to bring the best out of you. And when you have all those things, at least, even though when you graduate and people are claiming that there is no job, at least you should be able to create a job for yourself at the end of the day.
Okay, so you were talking about those that went to school who are just reading for their certificate. What do we say about those? So that we were saying what they read during those times would just fade away, or
Yes, there is, you know, Nigeria is a country whereby we believe in credential. I can tag it credentialism, a nation of credentialism. We believe in credentials.
Once you're with the certificate.
Yes, once you are with certificate, a lot of people are satisfied. No, don't be satisfied with your certificate. Certificate is just a paper qualification. What you have in you is your potential. It is your potential that will activate your certificate. A lot of people today, they are carrying certificates up and down. And that is the reason why you see they will come out that somebody with a PhD applied for a ridiculous job. Instead of you continue to apply for a ridiculous job, why can't you settle down, read good book on business? Yes, I read a book sometimes ago. In one of the lines there, the book stated that if you want to make a living, you work for people. If you want to make a fortune, you work for yourself. And it is only reader that can discover that. So if you have not enriched your mind with good book, you might be thinking that it is difficult for somebody to start on his own. Though it might be difficult as a result of financial and other factors. But if you are a good reader, you keep on moving at your pace, definitely you will get to your destination at the end of the day.
You said something about reading and cramming.
Yeah.
So can you just let us into the difference between, because a lot of our viewers, they'll tell you I read, but actually what they're doing is cramming.
Yeah.
So and they basically don't know the line. They basically don't know the difference between reading and cramming. So can you just enlighten us?
Well, when we are talking in terms of cramming, a student or somebody might even cram a note and pour it back. That is back to the sender. But when you are reading, you read to enrich your mind. Reading is to the mind, exercise is to the body. As you are reading, you are enriching your mind. You are commune with people that you cannot see with your naked eye. You know, there are some people that you cannot see with your naked eyes. There are some things that your parent cannot tell you. But when you read good book, the good book will be able to tell you. There are certain things that your pastor won't be able to tell you. There are certain things your imam won't be able to tell you. There are certain things that your society won't be able to tell you. But if you are a good reader, you get all those facts and figures from the book.
And to come to think of it, some lecturers and teachers even tend to contribute to the poor reading culture of certain people. Like even in the higher institutions, when we have certain lecturers that tell you, just give me back what I've given you.
Yeah.
So any attempt to kind of give them from your perspective, they spoil you.
Something you've also learned from another place while making your own research. They tend to just miss it for you. That's no, this is not what I gave to you.
Right, this is not right. This is not right. So what's your take on that, sir?
Education unlock modernization. Readers hold the key. Education is to solve problem. There are a lot of problems to solve in our society. Somebody that is cramming notes cannot solve problem. So if you cram your note, you can't solve societal problem. Because we are only cramming it to pass the exam. And reading goes beyond that. It must sink deep into your system. So that at the end of the day, you might read, reading might be for, you might read to discover yourself. That is reading for self-discovery. You might read to develop yourself. Reading for self-development. You might read, maybe you want to actualize your potential. That is reading for potential actualization. So if you are the type that you just want to read and cram, you only read and cram, and then within a twinkle of an eye, the thing will fade away from you because you don't allow it to sink into your system. So reading go beyond, let me just cram the notes and allow it to go, or pass exam. Reading go beyond academic success. Reading is for self-development. Reading is for self-discovery. Reading is for potential actualization.
So, interesting. I'm really enjoying this conversation with you. Lex, baby, I don't know if you are really enjoying this conversation.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying this conversation because, and right now I think it's almost past our commercial break, so we need to run out.
Okay, let's go on the break, and then we'll come back. The program still continue. Stay tuned.
It is here again. Are you an artist looking for a place to produce and promote your musical videos?
Or a content creator in need of a platform to air your program?
The Gallery TV got you covered.
At the Gallery, we provide world-class production services
such as
event coverage,
promotion and production of musical videos,
studio rental,
live streaming of events.
We also provide airtime for your program on all our platforms.
These and lots of other interesting packages, all at an affordable price with a 10% discount.
For more details, you can visit us on our website at www.thegallerytv or on our social media platforms at The Gallery TV on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
The Gallery TV, we set the pace.
In life, you can never be too sure who to trust. This is the story of Mrs. Ungazi. Mrs. Ungazi just wants to use the ATM.
Good afternoon, Mama. Let me help you out to your withdrawal. You don't need to stress yourself.
Thank you, but I can handle it myself.
The man is just being kind, right? He just wants to help, right? Wrong. All he needs is a good look at the pin. Will he succeed?
I want my IG fans. I say, sorry.
Do not share your card pin with anyone. Keep your account information private and ensure no one is watching you while you enter your pin. UBA, Africa's global bank.
Back and if you're just joining us, the program is still Niger Trends, and today we are discussing on Nigerians and our reading culture. If you're just joining on the program, you've not missed out on much. Our guest is still here, Mr. Ojewoye Noah Benga. He's the CEO and founder Noah Ark Reading Culture. You're welcome to the program.
Thank
sir.
you very much.
All right, sir. Quickly, I would love to know. Alex, baby, we love money, isn't it? So, some people when they hear the word reading, they're like, "What is in it for me? Monetary? How can I monetize reading?" Do you understand? So
I'll just be reading and then I will not make money from
so
it.
at the end of the day, how can I make money through reading?
The great reader is a great leader. A great leader is a great philosopher. A great philosopher is a great mentor. Even though for you to be a mentor in life, you must be a great reader. Because somebody wants to emulate certain things, certain quality from you that can actually benefit their life. There are different ways by which you can make money from reading, because there is correlation between reading and writing culture. So if you are the type that you cannot read, you cannot write. I'm an author. I've written so many books and I'm still writing. So there is correlation between reading culture and writing culture. So if you can read very well, you should be able to come up with textbook in science, in social science, depending on the course of study. Then at the end of the day, you make your money out of it. A lot of books are waiting for authors who will write them. And it is only a reader that can invest into this area.
So we also want to look at library culture. How do you think our library culture has affected? Because I and Alex, baby, we're talking of something the other day. A lot of libraries
are being closed down. Now, presently, we have any library which determine that even the public library, they're not functioning anymore.
And I think this is largely because people are not even going there to read. So what do you think really has happened to our libraries? Because you can't talk about our reading culture without the library system.
The point is that I want to appeal to governments at local government level, state level and federal level to revive most of our public library. If we have library at a strategic location, very close to people, stocked with books, people will be motivated to go there and make a lot of research. But when you look at most of our public library, they are no longer there. Even though the ones that are there, they don't have enough books. So if we have public library, a functional public library, it will help people to develop the reading habit. And at the end of the day, it is going to help us. It is going to help our economy. Because when we are talking in terms of national development and national growth, education plays a major role in national development. There are some countries that they are practicing a knowledge-based economy. And it is people that are read very well that will be able to run that kind of economy. Chief Obafemi Awolowo, he never governed any country. Socrates never governed any country. Jinja Koroso never governed any country. Aristotle never governed any country. But their philosophical concept is what so many people are using to govern their country, because they were readers. Even though in the process when they were fighting for political independence, it was those people that travel out of the country that read, that have contact with book, were able to start agitation for political independence. And that is, when you read, it makes you to be free. You want to free yourself. Even though in terms of job, you are a good reader, you have been enslaved, maybe your job enslaved you, and you read good books, it will give you freedom. Well, maybe you are husband, you are having challenges in the area of marriage, you read good book, it will free your marriage. In business, in terms of business, your business is not flourishing, and you have good book that can actually guide you on how to develop your business, then it will free you as an individual. Likewise, as a student, you have certificate that is not working, and you are a good book, and you are a good reader, and you are reading that book, it will free your mind, and you free from the captivity of unemployment at the end of the day.
Okay, so we're talking about library. Now, in schools, so in tertiary education schools now, for example, we have library. During my own time when I was in school, school library, then we have a closing time for it. Yeah. Now, look at a student that goes to school from 8 a.m. or let's say 7 a.m. in the morning, and then you're expecting such a student will also go for lecture within that period from 7 a.m. to let's say 6 p.m. And then by the time the student says, okay, now that I'm done for the day, let me go back to the library to make a more research on what I've learned. And then the student gets to the library and then realize that the place is closed, and then the let's say the library security tells you, sorry, we are closed for the day. You should have come here maybe around that 2 or so. So what can you say about this?
It depends. Let me start from secondary school level. A lot of school in secondary school now, they've incorporated reading as part of their timetable. Yes, there are some schools in secondary school, I've been to some school that I met reading on their timetable. And this one will help them, because it's like you are reminding them that there is need for you to read and revise your notes, not just for you to copy. Then when we are talking in terms of higher institution, you can manage your time. Look at the period when you are less busy. The period you are less busy, you can use that period to go to library and do whatever you want to do in the library. So you cannot be in the lecture room and at the same time you want to be in the library. Saturday is there. You can go there on Saturday to make any research you want to make as regards to your academic pursuit in life.
The private sector has always been known to boost many sectors of the economy. How do you see private sector coming into this area of reading? How do you think they can contribute their own quota to the development of our reading culture?
The private sector, knowing fully that Nigerian is a private driven economy, there is need for them to come in, especially to encourage we that we are preaching reading gospel. Yes, we have been to so many secondary schools across Lagos State, especially the private school. The private school, they allow us to come in, but in government school, you have to pass through a lot of protocols or processes. And as a result of this administrative bottleneck, we couldn't access the public school. This seminar is a free seminar. We are not collecting anything from them at the end of the day. But when you look at the private school, they have been enjoying it and it's helping them. Likewise, if private sector can build library in their various community, it is going to help. Let us say in each local government we have private individual, they come together. Even though the association can come together and build libraries, stock with varieties of books ranging from science to social sciences, it will help us to revive our reading habit in the society. But a situation whereby even though if you want to read and there is no place to go, you'll be forced to stay back in your home at the end of the day.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ojewoye. It has really been a pleasure talking to you. And for those of you who are just joining me, the program is still Niger Trends, and we have been talking Nigerians and our reading culture. Look at our hands. Let's show them what we have in our hands. Yes, our guest in the house Mr. Noah Benga is also a prolific writer. And the first book in my hand is Compendium of Reading Culture.
Yeah.
So would you want to just talk in a few seconds about this book, sir?
When we are talking about Compendium of Reading Culture, it's a collection of about 4 books compressed together. And the essence of doing that is just for students to find it handy. You know, once they pick it, you know, a lot of Nigerians will develop a kind of book phobia, fear for book. To avoid that, that was the reason why we compressed 4 books. And inside this book, we have 101 reading distraction. There are a lot of things that can distract you as a student. Then, if you go through this book, you see them there. Government can distract you. Your economic situation can distract you. Your parent can distract you. And so many. Then, 121 reasons why you must read as a student. A lot of students, they don't know the reason why. They must read, even though an adult. When your business is not moving forward, there are books that can guide you. So that one might be the reason why you need to read as an individual. When your marriage is not working, it might be the reason why you need to read. Then we have 21 reading culture commandments. Then academic word of wealth. Some of the academic word of wealth that we have there is academic excellence is not a matter of choice. It's not a matter of chance. It is a matter of choice. If you want to succeed academically, it is a matter of choice. If I want to succeed academically, it is a matter of choice. Nobody can force you. Yes, nobody can force you.
Thank you so much. So let's go straight to our comment section. We have a lot of fans who have been following this program, and they've been coming up with a few comments. First is Sammy by Sammy, and it goes, I love your show. Reading is very important. One challenge I have is that I don't like reading, but I do listen to audiobooks. Is that a bad thing? Thank you so much, Sammy by Sammy. We appreciate your comments. Do you want to address that?
It's not a bad thing. It's a matter of choice.
Okay.
If that one works for him, he should continue. What works for him might not work for me. But the most important thing is that you read to enrich your life. You read to add value to yourself. What you are reading or what you are listening to, is it adding value to your life? Is it adding value? If it's adding value to your life, you can go ahead with the strategy.
So reading with the audiobooks is...
It's also okay.
Okay.
It depends on individual choice.
Okay, so now... And sorry, guys, but we have one more comment. Let's go through that comment. It's Samuel Bayo Bunjobi and said, can't wait. Okay. I think he's referring to the books. He can't wait to have his own copy of the books. Thank you so much, Samuel Bayo Bunjobi. We appreciate your comments on the program.
Okay, so now I have another book with me, still from the author, our guest, said, Practical Approach to Office Practice. So can you talk about this book?
This book is one of the new subjects introduced into senior secondary school. That is a practical approach to office practice for senior secondary school. So it's even good, not for secondary school alone, for students in polytechnic, university, or any undergraduate can make use of it. Then, even though if you want to start your home business, yes, there are some fundamental facts that you can use to start your office. Unlike how do I arrange my office? What are the nitty-gritty? Or what is expected of me if I want to start a small business unit. So if you have this book, it will guide you to organize your office in such a way that it will attract more customer. And that is the essence of introducing this one into secondary school, is that, before you even finish from secondary school, you should be able to have it in your mind that with your secondary school, you can start little office, little business. And that was the reason why the government introduced about 23 trade tests. So under these 23 trade tests now, if a child can pick one and is very, very good, there is need for such child to get this book. Once you get it, it will guide you on how to organize and establish your office at your own microcosm level.
Thank you so much, sir. And the next book I have in my hands right here is the last but not the least. It talks about religion and national values. So sir, we do also go, and it's like this book comes in series, just 1 to 3.
Yeah.
So sir, I would love you to talk on this book. for the next 2 seconds.
Okay, this is religious and national value. It's one of the newly subject that is merged subject introduced into junior secondary school, which comprises of security education, civic education, and social study. You know, when you look at this book, this is part of what we need as a country. You know, look at the situation we find ourselves as a country, insecurity everywhere. And if a child should study security education right from primary till junior secondary school, he should be able to protect him or herself in certain area. You know, there are some fundamental areas of security that a child is supposed to know. Like if somebody is knocking your door, you don't open the door for stranger. All these things are contained in this book. This one is for GSS 3. We have for GSS 1. We have for GSS 2. It is meant for junior secondary school. This is a product of me as a reader. You know, there is correlation between reading culture and writing culture. So before you can write a book, you must be a reader.
All right, sir. So I have the fourth one here with me. Still on national values. We have, I think it's 3 segments to civic education, security education, social studies for basic 3. So sir, can you take on these 2?
This one is for primary school. We have it from primary 1 to 6. That is a national value, civics education, security education, and social study. All this one is also a merged subject. So when you look at it, it will help the children that we are going to school now to be cognizant of their environment. You know, when we are talking about being cognizant of their environment, and that is the reason why we need to promote reading culture, not just for you to read and pass exam. It is a pity today that people are just reading to pass exam. They are not making use of what they have read to be part of them. If you have been taught something on security as a student, that do not collect something from stranger, or somebody just park vehicle in front of your house unchallenged, it means you are the one causing security risk to yourself at the end of the day. Or suspicious movement, or suspicious touch. There are some touches that are not friendly, especially for guest child. So if you know all these things, it will help you to live peacefully in your society. And that is the essence of introducing this. But only reader, those people that read to their mind and make use of what they have read, they are the only one that is going to benefit from the book at the end of the day.
Thank you so much, sir. It has really been a blessing with you. And we have one more comment from Sammy by Sammy. Goes, wow, guys, thank you very much for this topic. I greatly believe it will impact many lives, sir. You are simply the best. And so what I really appreciate about you is, as a writer, is your ability to write on different things, different topics. You're able to cover different aspects of knowledge, yes, and that's really, really impressive. So sir, I would love you to leave your contact, like your Facebook, your Twitter, Instagram account, or whatever. Yes, and your contact number.
People can always contact you in case they need any of your books, in case they need any of your they need you, maybe your comments, your comments on some certain things. Also ask you further questions that we could not touch.
You can get to me through this phone number.
Okay.
080-593-62342. It's equally my WhatsApp number. Okay. So if you need any information as regards to the book, we get them across to you. Okay. So that is that.
And so your Facebook, are you on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram?
Yes, I'm on Facebook.
Okay, can you give us your name?
That's Ojewo Yenu Agbenga.
Okay.
So you can get me through Ojewo Yenu Agbenga.
Okay.
And in the final analysis, as a reader, I want to encourage, especially the graduates. Okay. We have a lot of books waiting for author to write them, and we have so many graduates complaining that there is no job in the country. So if there is no job in the country, and you are well grounded in the course of studied, it will help you. Unlike myself, for my NC, I studied geography, political science. For my BSc, I studied economics, and my MSc, I studied economics. I'm almost done with my PhD in theology as well. So, it will help you. I can write in any field of study as a researcher. Yes, being broad. So as a graduate, you don't just rely only on your certificate. Your certificate alone cannot save you. Where your certificate cannot save you, your talents will be able to save you. And that is the reason why, one of the reasons why you must read. You must read to discover your academic talent. So if you are able to discover your academic talent, it will help you where your certificate cannot save you. Is it my certificate I'm using to write this one? Oh, it's because I've invested in myself in terms of reading, and it's actually working. I have so many books unpublished. I have one government pre-vocational studies. That pre-vocational study consists of entrepreneurship study, home economics, and agri science. I still have one book on studentpreneur. When we are talking in terms of studentpreneur, we are looking for a way, in such a way that we want to marry the 23 trade tests introduced into the school curriculum, so that at the end of the day, if you are a student, you are able to do certain things on your own. You don't need to look for a job. Unlike myself, I can make Isa, I can produce liquid soap, I can produce polish, I can produce perfume. The perfume I use today, I produce it. So, you must be versatile. If you are a versatile person and you are a reader, you have a book that will guide you to access most of this information, and you can use it to make money.
It's been a pleasure being in the studio today, Mr. Gbenga Noah, and we hope when we call upon you next time to come on the show, we hope you grant us audience. Thank you so much. Let's be I enjoyed today's episode. It's been educative and enlightening. What about you?
Well, I enjoyed today's show too. It's the best. Right now, I'm going to buckle up myself on my reading culture. Though I love reading, but right now I'm still going to press on, continue so that I can get more knowledge, be more advanced, and then I want to. He was talking about the studentpreneur, so I want to learn more about that. So I know when I get to make more research on that. So thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. We are grateful for coming and obliging us on the show.
You.
And for me, I've always been a reader, and I guess these days I've always loved. I'm more of a online reader these days, and I hope to get more.
You can write book as well. Yes, it will help you.
Very soon.
Watch
out for my So till we'll come your way next week. Same station, the Gallery TV. Thanks to everyone who sent in their comments. Those who are watching us right now, we say thank you very much to our beautiful and awesome Sam Square behind the camera. We say thank you. We love you for making us happy.
Don't forget, for sponsorship and advert placements, you can always hit us up on our number scrolling on the screen. So we are always here to listen and attend to you.
Thank you so much. We'll come your way next week, same station at the Gallery TV.
Thank you. Bye.